This is Imperium Romanum from Decision Games. This is the situation at the end of the second turn. We're playing Caesar against Pompey. The situation is pretty much what I would have expected based on what happened historically. The main area of activity is in Italia, where Caesar's army crossed the Rubicon and he's managed to capture Rome as well as some other cities. Now that's effectively stopped the Pompeian faction from actually drawing reinforcements and tax from this area, but they haven't captured enough of the cities to make it fall to the Caesarean faction so they can pick up the tax and mobilisation. But that will happen very quickly. I think we need to capture one more city to swing it in their favour. There's been a little bit of activity in Mauritania, where the Numidians, who are a active Pompeian minor, have captured Mauritania Caesaris, but that's a zero tax area, so the Caesarean province is gone. Oops, there's also activity here where Pompeian troops from Hispania have crossed over the straits and captured Mauritania Tingitana, but yet again that is a zero tax province, so that doesn't really have much effect. The Pompeian forces are consolidated at Tarraconensis along the coast here, Tarraco. They're just going to act as a mate weight for the Caesarean forces that are moving out of southern Gallia. Because if they don't do something there, it would allow a lot of Caesarean units to move to reinforce Caesar. Now, other things we've got, Pompeian units are building up in Macedonia and Greece. We've also got Pompey over here in Dalmatia, not in Dalmatia, sorry, in Illyricum there, who's pushing the Caesarean forces out of Illyricum to capture that particular area, to either give them a land route or prevent the Caesarean faction from coming via land to Macedonia. Not much action going on in Asia. The neutrals, Cappadocia, Bosphorus Kingdom there, and the inactive major power Parthia have not activated. The Pompeian faction, this time represented in green, as they're the lower quality Pompeian forces. Combat efficiency rating of B. Obviously they're going to have to stay in Syria. You can't just march them all over to Greece. Well, actually you could do, because I don't think there's anything stopping you from doing it. They certainly wouldn't do it historically. You'd end up losing Syria would be a major problem though, because it is a huge, hugely rich tax province. So yeah, the moving out of Syria would not be a good idea. You'd lose the treasury and you'd lose all that morale as well. So the Pompeian faction is suffering from lowered morale because they've lost Italia as a tax province. They've also lost the imperial capital, Rome. So that hasn't been good, and of course it tends to work if you lose, one side loses, the other side gains. So the Roman Caesarean faction are actually doing really well morale wise. So it's still all to play for. Now, if I want any comments on this game as I've been playing it, not really. The rules could be better. They're not specific enough. If you read the rules, there's often ambiguities to such a degree that there is a unofficial errata document that covers some of the ambiguities on the actual Board Game Geek site. Another thing I did is you've got these huge charts here. These are really unwieldy. Who on earth thought it's a good idea to have A3 charts? So there is on Board Game Geek a set of charts on A4 which have just been cut and pasted and photocopied. So I'm going to be using those where I can. Another thing that I think the version 2 had, it had these little visual maps, these mini maps in the back of the rulebook that enabled you to see which provinces were actually cultivated or had roads at certain periods. That was a really useful thing, and in Decision Games in their wisdom decided to get rid of that. This is okay, but it's a bit of a bind having to go to that all the time, whereas a nice visual guide would have done it a lot better. Anything else I want to say about this particular game? No, not at this moment. It's a good enough game. I think. Oh, one criticism some people have had is there's a lot of scenarios that are very close together. Like these Caesar against Pompey is very close to 4 other scenarios which pretty much cover the the main civil war before the fall of the Republic, and that would have been a great campaign game. In fact, I'm tempted just to do a little bit of messing around with the rules and to allow me to continue. Certainly, I don't see any reason why I can't continue from this scenario to the next one, which is Caesar against Sons of Pompey. We'll just see how it actually plays out. Anyway, that's it.